Oh, that's got it.
Yeah, only came with one drink.
Hey everyone, just on here. How's the audio, Jason? Hi, Charlene. Morning, Dave. Hey, Christy. How are you? Awesome. Thanks, Kevin, for letting me know. Appreciate that. Hey, Christy. Thank you again for the tic-tac-toe sets. Those are awesome. My kids love them. Taco Cat, my man. How are you? Sad to hear you gave it all back after we gave you that counseling lesson at dinner of walking away. But I hope you did have a good time. Well, there you go. At least you didn't put it all into one machine. Hey, Goldie, how are you? Nice to see you. Guys, let me give Goldie a shout out here. I met her in Vegas when I started my channel fairly early on. Her and Brazen Slots and Jaywalking. Goldie is amazing. She's got her channel. She does some fun things down there in Vegas. You guys should check her out. We'll give a few more minutes, a couple of minutes here for people to pop in since I said 10 o'clock. I don't do very many lives, so bear with me. Got my morning coffee going. Hopefully this goes well, but hope to answer a lot of questions about cruise, or if you have questions that you want to know from me. Taco Cat, Brandon, however you want me to, we'll go with Taco Cat since that's what you are. You got all your questions out of the way, so you used, I think you've only got one question left, so make it be a good one. Anybody have any good jackpots or any fun stories from the weekend? We had a long weekend. Got Martin Luther King tomorrow. Hope everybody does something worthwhile with their day tomorrow. Also in the chat, I want to recognize Jason from Wendover Uncensored. He's got a lot of good information on the Wendover scene. So if you have bus questions, any other kind of weird, random Wendover type questions, Jason is your guy. He studies the scene crazy. So ask, hit over to his Facebook page. If you've got any questions, ask him in the chat. I'm sure he'll answer. But yeah. Oh, Angela, that sounds awesome. What's that resort that they do tubing? What is it called? Woodward. Is that where you are? Fun fact, if that is where you are, Angela, that sledding hill, tubing hill, my great uncle used to own that at Gorgoza. It was called Gorgoza. Yep. They sold it quite a while ago. I've never been to Soldier Hollow. All right, guys. Well, hit me up. Charlene, welcome in. If you've got cruise questions or any other questions, or we just want to sit here and chat, let's do it. Live from home today. You see my gingerbread man and other collection back there. But yeah, just taking it easy. A little bit of snowfall here in Utah. Not sticking, snow and then rain. So yeah, just kind of thought we'd give this a try, answer any questions about the cruise that I had just come from on Holland America through the uh, Montego Bay Peppermill, that promotion. So yeah, we'll just start answering questions. So Kevin asks, do they have options to upgrade from the interior room? Yes, they do. So let me tell you what I experienced when I called in. Um, we had a suite as part of our package. They do them. I think there's 5 tiers. You can go interior, ocean view, veranda, and then a Vista suite, and then a signature suite. So we actually qualified for the Vista suite. However, taking the 4 of us as a family, it would only sleep 3 people in the Vista. So we upgraded to the signature, which is the room that you saw if you watched my room tour videos. And that charge, what they do is they upgrade you. When I booked, and we just booked another cruise, so I kind of confirmed a bunch of information. You will pay the upgrade fee for passenger 1 and passenger 2 if you have a second passenger. And then if you're taking kids 3 and 4, because that's the most you can have in one room, unless you do get a family room, you just pay the taxes and port fees on that offer. So kids, they'll say kids sell free. There is a charge. It is taxes and port fees, but they get access to everything just like mom and dad, or whatever your configuration would be on the cruise ship. So for my upgrade from the Vista to the Signature was about $400 per person for 1 and 2. So we paid about $800 to upgrade from the Vista to the Signature. Every cruise ship, and I should say this, I'm not endorsed, sponsored, paid by anything. This is just my experience. On Holland America, and things that I learned, things that I liked, pros, cons, all that. I'm not in any way affiliated. The thing that I will tell you is that the process was really smooth, and they are going to hit you with hard sells for everything. So take time and do some research, ask questions first, so that you have kind of an idea, because once you call in to book, they are going to hit you with a bunch of questions and want to upgrade you and things like that. But once you are on the ship, I will tell you the offers that you are going to get on the ship, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later, are better offers than what casinos give you, like they do in Wendover. So you can start kind of, to use the gambling term, parlaying offer after offer after offer, and continue this if you want for quite a while. So Kevin, yeah, if you have, oh, I did get to see an interior room. I will tell you what, all of the rooms that we saw on Holland America, we saw a interior room, we saw a suite that was the step up from the suite that we were. We saw an ocean view room. They are nice. Like the other cruises that I've been on, these rooms were. This is a fairly new ship, so there is that. But these rooms were amazing, and to be honest, if you don't care about having the veranda and just, there's a lot of outdoor space, and on our cruise, I did not see a lot of the outdoor space being utilized a lot. This is an older crowd on these cruise ships, and so there weren't people like laying out a whole lot outside on the sun decks. You can get on an interior and spend the majority of your time just outside and not worry about a veranda. With kids and with four people in a room, we definitely, I would advocate get something if you're traveling with that many people, because it is nice to have that little extra space right outside your room. Goldie, how did I qualify? Yeah, so based off of casino play, um, staying loyal to, especially out here in Wendover, where we've got only two major brands, three different casinos, with the pilot being in there, but two major brands and RPM being the biggest. Being loyal to them, playing. From what I understand in talking with their promotions, RPM's promotions people, they do these. They contract with these companies, and they'll do the cruises giveaways. I think 2 times a year. I think the next one, they just did one in November, the end of November, I believe, and I think the next one to end 2022, and I think the next one will be in March. So those of you guys that are Wendover people, even if you drive out just to get your cruise certificate, if you think you're going to take a cruise within the next year, I highly advocate and say it is worth it to stand in that line, get your free play spin in, and get your cruise certificate, and um, look at those options, because really, when it was all said and done, our cruise, for what we experienced, was fairly cheap. And I can talk about the pricing on different things, packages, all that stuff. I can go into detail. You just ask questions in the chat, and I'll go over anything. But um, there are, I think, 4 or 5 different tiers that you can qualify for. Like I said, the lowest, if you get that, it'll be the interior, and then you can upgrade from there. So getting those, and I believe you can get up to, we had, I think, 14 days. We could do a 2-week cruise, and there are certain limitations, and I think as you climb up the offers, you can get different ports, different things like that. Dave, the all-inclusive package, I'm guessing you're asking about the have it all. So that's one thing. If you book with a casino promotion, they will not allow you, or at least they did not allow us, the opportunity to book the have it all, which then we looked at the Club Orange, which I will tell you, the Club Orange for us, it was $25 a person per day. There were some pros and there were cons. And I'll talk about Club Orange, but um, Club Orange for us ended up being a pretty worthwhile thing. Having looked at our next cruise and booking that and getting the Have It All right now for them, normally it's $100 a person a day for the Have It All, and that includes um, gratuities right now. It includes their basic package of internet, which the internet is not that great. It includes, I believe, a drink package, the soda drink package, and some other things. And they've got it on right now for $50 a day. So we booked that, and we paid that for just passenger one and passenger two, and then our kids get that as well. So there is no cost. If we weren't able to get that, I don't know that I'd pay the $100 a day, but being that it is $50 a day and it does include all those things, I opted for that. I'll talk about the Club Orange as part of that. The Club Orange, why I like that is You got to skip lines theoretically. I did have an issue on day 1 and day 2 with that, where if you're wanting to book excursions or you need help at guest services, which we did, we needed a ton of help because there were some things that we had that were kind of going wrong as we got on the ship first. Um, that was kind of a problem. But there was specialty dining, larger in-room dining, room service menu for Club Orange guests. You got some extra perks like some drinks, embarking. You got a picture of the ship. You got priority embarkation and disembarkation and tendering, which is huge. So when we left the ship, they grouped people in, and because we had Club Orange, we could just basically, as soon as we were ready to get off the ship, we just go and get in the line, and we're good to go instead of waiting to be called or anything like that. So Club Orange definitely is a good option. I would suggest that. Let's see the breakdown on all costs. How do you know what tier you qualify for, Angela? So if you know on your sheet that you got from RPM, it should say either you got an inside, an ocean view, a veranda, a Vista suite, or a signature suite. Those are the ones that you can qualify for. So you should see on that, and it usually will say for up to 2 guests. Now you can bring other guests like we did, the kids, and like I said, we won't have any charges. However, you will pay taxes and fees for guests 1 and 2 for sure. You can go solo and get a solo room if they're available. And then you will have taxes and fees for guests 3 and 4 if you bring them. You cannot book, and this is somewhere where I kind of messed up. If you have like a co-account or anything like that, and you were to get 2 offers, you can't book 2 rooms at the same time. But the upgrades and the tier levels, that's all set by the casino and the working relationship between them and the cruise. So I couldn't tell you how you qualify. I know that from what I've been told, pretty much every platinum and diamond get them. So there is that. And then, yeah, they're going to hit you up when you call the casino department to book because there's a special number on those forms. You're going to get in that number, you're going to get put to the casino department, and they're going to say, do you want to upgrade to this? Do you want to buy this? And there are some things that they will offer you that are cheaper booking with them right then. For instance, we booked a cabana, and I would highly, if you're traveling with family, or there's 4 of you, the cabana was amazing. And I'll tell you this why. I'm not a big drinker, so a drink here or there, great for me. It's just, even though I've got a stash back here, thank you Wendover for all these bottles, it was not worth paying. Let's see, the drink package for an adult to have an alcoholic drink package was $371 per person on our ship. So if you book 1 alcoholic drink package in your cabin, you have to pay that for every adult. So for my wife and I, it would be 371 times 2. We don't have to book it for the kids. If you just want like the soda option for everybody, it's $150. That's no alcohol, 15 drinks a day. Now, when I say a drink, that's water. If you get a bottle of water, that's soda. That's any other drink, juice, that kind of stuff. You will get coffee and tap water or ship water for free. No, nothing, and juice in the morning. But drink packages are $150 for the soda add-on, 371 per adult for the first level of alcohol, and then 412 for the elite package. So the signature alcohol is 371, and that gives you 15 $11 drinks for that package. The elite gives you 15 drinks per day up to the $15 drinks. Those go quick from what I've seen. So the way, we weren't going to drink 15 drinks a day for 9 days on a cruise ship. And, 5 of those days being in port, we knew that, we're going to get cheap beers in Mexico. We're going to do, our margaritas, that stuff on there. So we were going to spend our money that way. But once you hit 1,500 points on board in the casino, you get drinks in the casino, and that was easy. As soon as I walked in the casino, um, those folks there are amazing. They had it was seconds before I had a drink in. They would say, "You want your usual?" Bam, they'd have it. I'd have it in my hand. They were great. So for me, I'd rather save that budget, gamble in the casino, see if I can make money off of it, and literally 1,500 points cycling through. It was pretty quick. I got it on the first day pretty easily. And so then I saved myself all that money in what would have been a drink package. Food costs outside from Jason at Wendover Uncensored. So you can eat at the Lido room service. They have a thing called the dive-in. They have a pizza place, the main dining room, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think there was and the Grand Dutch Cafe for food. You can eat at any of those locales for no extra charge. Then they have, I think, 5 specialty restaurants. We went to 2 of them, Tamarind and Pinnacle Steakhouse. Tamarind was an adventure. It was about 2.5 hours. We did that on New Year's Eve. And we had a nice table overlooking the water as we sailed. It was great, but the service was very, very slow. Now, in addition to that night, both my wife and my daughter got sick. We think from some of the food there because it was a quick illness. Can't say for sure, but food was okay. But there was that. The Pinnacle Steakhouse, which we did for my daughter's birthday while we were on board, I would say the steakhouse is like going to just the Rainbow Steakhouse in Wendover, just kind of your middle to upper tier kind of steakhouse. It was nothing that I couldn't get, here. There was a $15. There is a $15 charge. The casino bought our Tamarind dinner, I should say that, but there is a $15 upcharge if you want to do a specialty restaurant as well. And so we actually, because we had cruised before, got a free meal and some extra credit as part of that. So the one thing I would say is the best thing that I had did come from Pinnacle Grill, and that was the candied bacon. It blew away any candied bacon I have ever had anywhere, land, sea, air, space. It was amazing. So hats off. We got 2 orders of it, and I did not share any of mine, and I may have stole some from the others. So yeah, so plenty of food options. The other thing I would say is, being that it's an older crowd, it does also seem like they have some weird hours as far as the Lido. Like the Lido closed at 8 and then reopened at 10:30 at night. So it closed at 8 p.m., reopened at 10:30 at night. And it seemed like the older crowd was fine with that. The younger crowd, I would say they were looking for food between those 8 to 10:30 times. So it was a lot of room service and other things like that to get you by. The cabana price. Yes, Dave. So the cabana was about $600 for the 9 days, and they go by a daily price. But if you book the whole cruise, they have a 6 to 9 day price in there, and it was about $600. We got the family cabana. Let me tell you why the cabana is awesome. You get liters of Pana water bottles, as many as you want. So for us, we drink a lot of water, and paying for that per bottle gets expensive. We could just go up to the cabana or hang out in the cabana. We could ask for bottles to take back to our room, which we did all the time, and we'd have those liters of water or bottles of water without having to do that. So big money saving thing there, because if you are buying the liters of water, I believe you can bring 6 liters of glass bottled water. You cannot bring any plastic on board at all. Hard, soft. You can bring your own, like, we have the hard water bottles, the Stanley water bottles. You could bring those and fill them up in their stations or with your stuff. But you can spend a lot on soda and water doing it per drink. The other thing that they don't really advertise, or that we didn't see, is everything that you order kind of a la carte or whatever, even with, you're getting charged an 18% service charge. So you are getting that hit every single time you order anything, whether you had the drink package or not. Um, so there is that. So having the cabana, we got that. We got champagne whenever we wanted. We could have the cabana attendants would go and get our lunch, our breakfast, bring it to the cabana, do any of that that we asked. Um, the kids, they had frozen grapes, chocolate covered strawberries. We could bring games up there. They'd go get them special stuff. So I cannot say enough. Like, that was one of the biggest things, especially traveling with kids, how amazing that was for our family. So if you're, traveling with a bunch of people, they have 2-person and 4-person cabanas. Price changes, but we probably drank our worth in champagne and water up in the cabana for sure. Angela, the co-account, like what I mean in Wendover is you can have individual accounts, or you can have co-accounts with a significant other, partner, whatever. And so had I earned status and had my wife's account separate, then we could have qualified for 2 cruises versus 1. Um, and then we could book 2 rooms, and my wife could check into 1 room. We could check. So you could theoretically have a kids room and an adults room, get 2 rooms. There you go. While on board, this is the other thing I learned. I played a lot just on, and you use your room card for everything. They give you a room card like this, um, and that charges everything. So in the casino, you put your room card in, you type in your PIN, bam, it'll download, and everything's tied to your credit card. So you want to take $500, boom, it puts it into the machine. There's no ticket in, ticket out. You just put your card in. When you leave, you pull your card out. If you have any money left, it puts it on your card. You can take that over to the cashier and get cash, whatever you want to do that way. But had I been smart, I would have said, hey, honey, give me your room key. I'll play on your card for a little bit. And then we would have got 2 offers coming back off the ship. So the next time we cruise, I'll definitely do that. So we get multiple offers. And that's how you can kind of keep the cruise experience going, by double booking these offers and playing on multiple cards, yours, your partner's, whatever. Yeah. So, Angela, so yeah, your interior room, that's your base room, and then you can upgrade from there. If you have motion sickness, stuff like that, I would definitely say it's probably worth it to have the upgrade to at least a veranda where you can get outside whenever you need to. I will tell you, we booked in the middle of the ship, but we spent a lot of time at the back of the ship where our cabana was, and there's a noticeable difference on. And we had pretty good weather up until the last day cruising back. So yeah, there's a noticeable difference on where you are on the ship as far as waves and things like that. Yeah, that's true. Also, the higher up, the more you're going to feel it as well versus being lower. I will say this too. We had, as I said, older crowd. We had a lot of medical emergencies, something I was not prepared for, something that the people that work on the ship said it does happen, but this was a strange anomaly. But I was shocked at how many, 2 or 3 a day, major medical events where they were calling, the medical team, the doctors, the stretchers, all that stuff. So just know you are on a older, and when I say older, I'm saying 80 and above. And a lot of, in talking to some of these folks, this is what they do. They've, they go from cruise to cruise to cruise to cruise to cruise. And, that sounds amazing to me, to be perfectly honest. But I was blown away with how many medical events there were. And it did kind of change our last day back, as we had to evacuate somebody off of the ship. So there is that. Any other questions? Doesn't have to be cruise related. Do want to give a shout out. If you do a Mexico cruise, these guys right here, the Pirates. And it doesn't matter if you're with kids or not. This was a blast. We went whale watching on this ship. These guys have an amazing time on the boat. They are out of Cabo. So if you do book a Mexico one, look for that. It's the pirate ship. It's a fun ship. You get amazing food. I kind of showed the food. They have a little show. Drinks are flowing. My kids went on it. We had a great time. Saw tons of whales. Obviously, that depends on what type of season when you go. But man, for the price, it was $54, which, to be honest, is one of the cheaper excursions that I saw the whole time. Um, it was awesome. Yeah, I cannot say enough good things. I even won like a huge bottle of champagne that we brought home. They gave my kids like extra treats. They were awesome. I don't want to say overstaffed, but they had so many people on there that you almost felt like you were getting one-to-one attention. Drink, you need a new drink, bam, they had it. You want this, that, bam, they were right there. They were amazing. And the ship was fun. An old wooden ship, or made to look old wooden ship. It was great. Okay. So TBT slots, what does it mean? All right. Well, I have addressed this, Brandon, but before, so we're burning your question on TBT slots. Maybe I'll give you an extra one. TBT slots was started as Tony, Ben, and Tanner, and a couple of friends of mine. We had talked about doing this for a while, as we're all avid gamblers, and kind of couldn't get any traction with them on it. So it stalled. We had talked about doing this years ago. And love you, Ben and Tanner, but you guys took too long to jump on the train. So I was chatting with my daughter, and she was like, I want to do a YouTube channel, as all, 10, 11-year-old kids, want to do. And being dad, overprotective, saying, nope, we're not, nope, we're not, nope, we're not. She kind of, kept giving me her presentation. Look, you can do this. And I knew very, very little about YouTube. But I was steadfast in no. So finally, she just kind of pushed me enough to say, you know what, fine. I had this idea with friends. They're not going to do it. I'm going to do it. I kept the name, out of respect to my two good buddies, even though they, are still sitting at the train depot waiting to get on. They've been on the channel kind of fleeting here and there, but that's what TBT Slots is Tony, Ben, and Tanner. So shout out to those guys. But yeah. Any other questions? Casino otherwise? I will tell you some of the cons. We had a pretty bad experience with the spa. We prepaid for the spa for my wife and I. It was $176. It's a great spa. But on day one, when we went to kind of tour that, and let me tell you, day one, you are going to get hit with everything. Buy this, buy that, book this, book that. That's where Club Orange helped out because everybody was in lines. So yeah, that is a perk of Club Orange. But once the lady found that we had already prepaid for our spa, and she just kind of lost interest in giving us a tour. I don't think she thought that we would book any other things, and just kind of made it a negative experience from day one. So we only went once to the spa. So definitely was not worth our $176 a person. It is amazing. If you're going to use it, it's worth it. But doing it again, yeah, I probably would not pay for that. Christy, you are right. Yep, that's what a lot of them told me. It is cheaper to get an inside cabin and get all the food, not have to worry about anything. So yeah, they are doing that instead of going to care facilities for sure. And we saw that. In fact, one of the people that I talked to, they had their like own uh, professional that they brought with healthcare professional that traveled with them was pushing them around, and they had their own line and they were doing that, and they said that it's cheaper than some of these places. They were out of Washington, and they said some of the care facilities up there are $10,000 to $15,000 a month. So yeah. Another thing too, want to shout out Club Hal on board. If you travel with kids, this was amazing. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. They have 3 sessions a day, morning, afternoon, and night. Morning ran from 9 to noon. Then they take an hour break. Afternoon is from 1 to 4. Then they take a 3 hour break, and then dinner session, evening session was 7 to 10. New activities every day, every session. They had themes. If you're traveling with kids, my kids, 12, 7, they loved Club Hal, and that meant mom and dad had more free time to hang out at the cabana, go to the casino, the music walk, the shops, all that stuff. So there's that. Tony, the Alaska cruise was a must do, I'm guessing. Um, so yeah, Tony, that is our next book one, is the Alaska cruise. That's what we're gonna do this summer. Any other questions? See, we've lost a few people. If there's anything else that you guys want to know, um, oh, shows. That's enough. Hey, Dave, thanks for asking that. Yeah, so they have the World Stage Theater. That is, it was a theater in the round. My wife and daughters went to the dance performance there in the dance. I did not go. Um, but they, I think, had 4 booked shows while we were on board. 4. The last one, because of the waves and the movement of the ship, the last day was canceled. To protect the safety of the performers. But they loved the dance group. Then they've got what's called the music walk. So they've got a BB King's lounge, a Billboard lounge, and a dueling piano lounge. They also have a comedy act, and the music walk was it was I'm not a big live music guy. My wife is. It was really it was a sight to see. I will say that for sure. And they have different types of music, bands, things, but there was always something to see or listen to or whatever. A magician, a comedy show, and then all these musical acts on the music walk. So a lot of people were. That was definitely one of the hot spots on the ship for sure. Was all the music walk. Then they do their movie nights, and they had some things on the stage with like the captain of the ship talking about ports. You could go watch that kind of stuff. So they definitely had that kind of entertainment. I would say on a longer voyage, like after 2 weeks, you're probably going to see, a rehash of the same stuff. But 9 days, which we were, it was great. Yeah, didn't have any repeats or reruns or anything like that. Angela, no extra charge. We tipped at the end because we thought they did a great job with our kids, and it helped us out to have some parent time, which was great. So yeah, there was no extra charge, but we did tip them. We tipped them. We tipped the cabana people and our room stewards because they were fantastic. The other thing I will talk is there are set fees, $17.50 per person as a set gratuity. I did not know this until I got on board. You can go and adjust the gratuity if you want. So I personally, this is my own personal philosophy, and people may disagree. I gave cash at the end to the people that impacted my trip the most, and I adjusted the gratuity on my kids because it does seem like paying almost $20 per kid per day when we're tending to their needs or Club Hal was tending to their needs, and that being split amongst everyone when the Club Hal people were the ones helping them or the cabana people. So we adjusted that for our kids. We kept ours the same, but adjusted for our kids, and then just tipped those people that directly helped our kids while on board. All right, guys. Any other questions? One other thing want to talk about. Got that big giveaway this upcoming week. Here's your tip. Gonna throw it in there. We'll make sure. Don't. You guys have been here, listen to the live. Don't share it out. But the tip will be to go and find in my group polls what is the worst performing group poll. If you want to get a last entry into that $1,000 giveaway, which we will be doing a week from today, we'll be announcing that winner. So if you want a last entry, go find that, and you can leave what video it is. Don't need an amount. Just tell me what video it is. Leave it in the comments here on this live stream. This is our secret tip, our secret question. We're not going to broadcast that out there to get an extra entry into that. So there you have it for that, and we'll announce that winner. Hopefully, I tentatively planning next Sunday to announce that winner. We'll see, how the week brings us. I do have a job and have kids, but yeah, tentatively we'll do that next Sunday. Anything else? Brandon, no more questions? Jason, you were there. Dave, there you go. Angela, hey, no problem. If you have other questions, I know you did. If I didn't cover anything and you do, just message me and I'll answer any of those for you. So with that, thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone.